Hello everybody, thank you for watching this video. Welcome back to another gaming video with Gaming with Sasuke. And today in this video we'll be discussing the dragon attack strategy for Town Hall 8, 9, Town Halls 8, 9, and 10. So we'll be watching some replays in the background while we're talking about it. So first let's talk about Town Hall 8. So you need, I think it would be best if you carried 1 earthquake spell and then 2 lightning. Probably the earthquake spell from the clan castle, because your clan can give you a max lightning spell, so that would be the best. And then you could train a poison in your own camps in case the opponent has all archers in his clan castle. You never know what they might have in their clan castle, so you might want to carry that poison spell and a rage spell. And then in your clan castle you would carry a dragon and a balloon, and in your camps it would just be all dragons, because you don't really need to place as much importance in the king, because he's not going to do too much. A level 10 king isn't really going to do a lot of damage, or even he's not even going to do that much other than probably get an air defense with some percentage. So you don't need some wall breakers or some archers or some minions to help him. So what you need to do is basically spread out your dragons, place them in the proper spot where they can survive the longest while dealing the most percentage damage to the base. And you also want to be careful with where you place the dragons, because you don't want them to get placed and then take off one building and then just get destroyed by an air defense. You want them to survive the longest. Unless you have a plan to get rid of that air defense, it's most likely best to place them in a far spot. And then for the king, you just really clean up in case you need to get 50%. Usually you will be able to get 50%, because most of the bases you will find aren't going to be too high level. It's probably going to be Town Hall 8s and 9s mainly. Check my website for more information on this. I posted a thread on that. I'll post my website link in the description if you want to see that. So then for Town Hall 9, we'll talk about Town Hall 9 now. It's probably best to carry 4 lightnings, 1 earthquake spell in your own camp, and then 1 earthquake spell in your own factory, and then another earthquake spell in your clan castle. And then probably 9 dragons is the best, and then the rest would be balloons, minus like 2 or 3 balloons, because you want some archers and some minions and wall breakers, because you do have your king and your queen, and for you to be trophy pushing, I'm guessing you'd have a higher than level 20 heroes each. So you can place importance on these 2 heroes to get rid of an air defense, to get rid of a key defense as well. So you need these minions, wall breakers, and archers to do that job. And basically you just do as I did, except you won't have the rage spell or the Grand Warden, so you're not going to really be able to get the 2nd star unless you practice the strategy like crazy and you know how to do the attack. You're mainly going to get 50%, but that's not going to be such a big deal, because you'll be fighting Town Hall 10s and then Town Hall 11s sometimes, and Town Hall 9s as well. So the bases will be fairly easy, not as strong as a Town Hall 10 would find, but yeah. You'll be able to get an easy 50% with these dragon strategies, as long as you know how to place them, because the dragons can do so much work on a base and they're just crazy strong. So you need to keep that in mind, that the dragons can tank for your balloons to take out these archer towers to get through the base. And as well as that, for Town Hall 10 you can do kind of the same thing as Town Hall 9, except you have 1 more spell space, which you can use as a free spell or you can use as a rage spell. I would recommend using it as a rage spell for your dragons, because your dragons can do a lot more damage than they can with a free spell active. They can survive a lot longer with the rage spell. But that's just my opinion on that. And you can also use the level 5 dragons at Town Hall 10. I think it's level 5 dragons, or maybe level 4, but still, the dragons are very powerful. Even at level 4, they're very powerful. And then you have that 5 extra space in your clan castle, You can carry 1 balloon in there, so then your lava hound can have a teammate to work with, just in case you ran out of balloons in your own army camp. So that's going to be pretty good, and you will find Town Hall 10s and 11s mainly, because you are a Town Hall 10 yourself. You are not going to find Town Hall 9s as much. Like, I haven't found Town Hall 9s, and I'm Town Hall 11, but that might seem pretty obvious, and I really haven't found any Town Hall 10s either, except for like, probably 1 or 2 in this whole trophy push from 2000. Well, I found them below 2000, but I like under 3200 I found more Town Hall 10s than I did above 3200. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, you're gonna have to try and get 1 stars on most Town Hall 11 bases for Town Hall 10. And then for Town Hall 11, this is where it gets really interesting, because you can actually get the 2nd star if you're trying for it. But I'm not really trying for it because I'm just trying to farm right now. You can get the 2nd star if you're using 2 lava hounds, 1 in your own camp and then 1 in the clan castle, and 3 rage, 2 freeze. That is a 2-star strategy with dragons, but that is a little bit more riskier than what I'm doing right now. So I would just try and stick with what is safer, because I don't want to mess up and then have to climb up 30 trophies, which will take like 3 days. And I have done that before. I've dropped like 60 trophies, but then it took me like 2 weeks just to make that back, because the trophies are so low and worth so much up here that you're gonna barely find any. So you gotta be careful with how you attack. And that's pretty much it for the dragon strategy. Our next video will be on some other strategy that is going to be fairly easy to understand in the next episode. So we're just gonna wrap up this episode with this last attack by Ali from Valencia, doing this interesting Valkyrie attack strategy. His queen, it seems to already be down. His Valkyries seem to be running on the outside, trying to break through that wall, and his giants and his golems seem to have path to the town hall but are destroyed, and he had 1 lucky golem on the outside of the base with these Valkyries. And these Valkyries are gonna just shred through the center of my base because they're attacking really fast now. If you guys did not know, they got a buff where they're gonna attack really faster than they did before this update, which is pretty amazing. They did tear up my center really fast, and I'm very surprised about that. That was really fast, but I feel that the Valkyries deserve this buff because no one really uses the Valkyries. Even though before I have used the Valkyries before the patch, and I did actually like the Valkyries before the patch because they were pretty strong back then as well as now. And that's going to pretty much wrap it up for this video on the dragon attack strategy. Thank you for watching. I'm a Phoenix. I rise with Ashes. You guys be a Phoenix. You guys rise with Ashes. See you guys all later. Goodbye, guys.